Describe the intensification of conflict around the world that eventually culminated with World War I.
The main causes of the war were militarism, alliance system, imperialism, and nationalism. Militarism helped with the development of the armed forces and used their tools for diplomacy, which caused the alliance to form the Triple Entente and the Triple Alliance. Because of the imperialism, the spread of power and control sparked competition in Europe. Nationalism helped the development interest in the culture of one's nation. These causes can be seen in the Balkan Peninsula, which is the sparking point. Because some major powers in Europe wanted to control this area, anger started over competition led to the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife, which started the World War I.
What conflicts forced the United States to abandon its policy of neutrality?
Because of the war, the U.S. was blocked from accessing food and weapons from Germany, and causing citizens who were tied to Britain's background, who was blocking Germany, and our strong economic ties in the Triple Alliance forced to take over and fight for what we need. Okay.
How did the United States mobilize a large army and navy quickly in order to help the Allies achieve victory?
The U.S. mobilized a large army and navy by focusing everybody's attention on the army and the navy. The government took control of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, which were in control of the shipyards, and as well as gave the women the right to fill the jobs of the uneducated men who were recruited to war. Okay.
Discuss the collapse of Germany that led to its surrender.
On the exact same day that Austria-Hungary surrounded the Allies, German soldiers mutinied against the German government. This mutiny spread so quickly throughout Germany that the German soldiers organized against German government. This caused the socialists to come up with the German Republic. Kaiser then gave up the throne, leaving Germany too worn out to keep fighting, making them surrender. Yeah.
Explain how World War I spurred social, political, and economic changes in the United States.
Socially, it emphasized on heroism and bravery and nationalism. The flu epidemic started. Women in the workforce were increased. They could get jobs. The draft happened to increase the chances of winning the war. Conservation of goods in the Victory Garden started. The Great Migration moved African Americans up north to avoid racial prejudice. The propaganda started to increase war, immigration hysteria, which was the fear of immigrants spying on Americans. Economically, the Americans were more frugal in saving more money. Congress gives Wilson the power to regulate the business. Wages increase, but so does product. Due to the War Industry Board, the whole economy converts to war economy. There was an economic boom, and the farmers increase food productions, which causes them to become wealthier. Politically, the War Industry Board increases. The Espionage and Sedition Act decreases the freedom of right to speech. They seize power in the federal government, drastically increases. Propaganda starts, and as well as the National War Labor Board.
Discuss what you think the impact will be due to social changes in the United States during World War I.
The impact from the social changes in the United States gave the U.S. a new perspective, so to speak. Due to the war needing men to fight, women were able to take the jobs of the men who went off to war with equal pay, with equal wages and equal positions. The Great Migration soon happened, which was caused by racial prejudice in the South. This caused the African Americans to move up north, not realizing that racial prejudice is everywhere. This caused the U.S. to reevaluate their races and make everyone equal.
Discuss what specifically President Wilson tried to accomplish through his 14-point plan.
Specifically, Wilson was trying to accomplish a system that can keep all the countries happy and basically try not to kill each other again in another world war. His points tried to manage hostility between the countries and make sure that everybody was safe and not ready to basically start another war.
Why did European leaders oppose Wilson's peace plan?
He was unable to grasp at the fact that the Allied forces were not okay, and that the Central Power was not ready to give up a defeat that they are not. They just don't. That would cause losing. So, yeah.
Discuss the issues Wilson ran into while trying to get the Treaty of Versailles ratified in the United States.
This treaty caused Germany to be forced to go back to Alsace-Lorraine, back to France, and to pay war damages. which were around $33 billion. This treaty also caused them to not be able to have another army, so they did not want that.
In one word, describe World War I and explain why you chose that word. Also use facts and details in your explanation.
In one word, I would describe World War I as illogical. The moment we decided to jump into a war that wasn't ours, we took our logic and threw it out the window. If the Allied forces, or if any of the forces wouldn't have joined together, the Triple Entente and the Triple Alliance, then Germany wouldn't have felt the need to help out Austria-Hungary, and therefore making it to where Britain wouldn't have felt the need to block Germany from giving America food and weapons, which then therefore America wouldn't have felt the need to retaliate back on Britain and start to get into the fight.